Sometimes a person looks at their life and honestly admits, I'm not stupid, I'm not weak, I'm not spineless. So why do these habits control me as if I'm tied to invisible strings? They make promises, write plans, delete apps, throw away packs of cigarettes, swear to start fresh on Monday, and still end up in the exact same place. It's not because they are bad. It's because an invisible system of automatism is running inside them. Habitual reactions, old ways of coping with pain and exhaustion. This system is stronger than any motivational speech, stronger than bursts of inspiration, and stronger than one-off efforts. The Japanese understood this long before modern self-help books. Samurai, monks, calligraphy masters, and craftsmen didn't believe in the miracle of lifelong willpower. They knew that a person doesn't change by a sudden leap. They change through rhythm, small steps, rituals, mindfulness, and the ability to look directly at their desire without becoming its slave. This text isn't about a magic way to break yourself and become a perfect version in a week. It's a story about a different path. It's about how to stop fighting your habit and start understanding what it's covering up. How to experience a craving without giving into it. How to befriend your demons instead of feeding them with fear. How to exit autopilot mode and reclaim your right to choose. It's about outgrowing destructive patterns step by step, rather than trying to destroy them with a single blow. Chapter 1: Why Habits Seem Stronger Than Us. Imagine an early morning in a quiet Japanese garden. A light mist lies on the smooth surface of a pond, and the first strike of a temple bell echoes in the distance. An old monk walks along a stone path. His steps are slow and steady, as if he is walking not on earth, but on the flow of time. He sits on a tatami. Beside him is a young man whose eyes are filled with anxiety and fatigue. "Teacher," he whispers, "I've relapsed again. I swore I wouldn't drink, but last night, something inside me defeated me again. Why can't I change? Why are habits stronger than I am?" The old monk looks at him intently, with kindness but without pity. "Habits are stronger," he smiles softly. "No, you simply don't understand how they work." This is the first truth. Habits are not enemies. They are frozen decisions. In the modern world, people think, smoking is my weakness, procrastination is my laziness, overeating is my lack of restraint. But Japanese psychology looks deeper. Every destructive habit once saved you. Yes, even the one that is killing your health today. A person reaches for a cigarette because once, long ago, it provided a small relief from stress. Someone overeats at night because food once became their source of warmth and pseudo-safety. We scroll endlessly because it once gave us a sense of connection. The problem isn't the habit, it's the pain inside that we've covered with it like an old bandage. As long as you fight the habit without seeing its root, you are doomed to repeat the cycle. Promise, attempt, relapse, shame. Fighting reinforces what you fight against. As they say in Zen, do not fight the fog, or you will only wander deeper into it. The Japanese path is different. We do not suppress, we notice and redirect. Chapter 2: How to Stop a Craving Without Fighting. A craving is not a dragon tearing you apart from the inside. A craving is a wave. Every wave has phases: appearance, a light impulse; the peak, a few minutes where it feels unbearable; the subsidence, disappearing if you don't act on autopilot. The secret is simple. Do not try to break the wave. Let it pass through you. The 10-minute rule: when a craving arises, do not forbid it. Allow it, but delay it. Tell yourself, I will do it a bit later, but for now, I will just sit with this desire for 10 minutes. By the third or fourth minute, you will hit the peak. By the 10th minute, the wave will have almost vanished. Once the peak has passed, you are no longer making a decision under pressure. Name the demon cravings, hide in the fog of, I just want to. In Zen, there is a technique. Label the feeling. Say, this is a craving for sugar, or this is anxiety. The moment you name the demon, it loses half its power. You separate yourself from the impulse. Chapter 3. Die before the battle. Before a duel, samurai practiced dying before the battle. They mentally lived through defeat and shame, so they would no longer fear it. Fear is the fuel of addiction. When you fear a relapse, you create stress, and stress intensifies the craving. The samurai approach is to acknowledge the possibility. Yes, I might fall. I am human. And then what? It is not the end. This acceptance dissolves the tension. The power of replacement. If you tear down an old wall but don't build a new one, a hole remains. This is why Japanese philosophy focuses on substitution. Instead of sugar, warm green tea. Instead of scrolling, a short stretch. Instead of a cigarette, 3 mindful breaths. The new ritual must be easier than the old one, or the brain will reject it. Chapter 4. Exiting autopilot. Most destructive habits are not about desire. They are reflexes. Your hand reaches for the phone by inertia. The samurai understood that the real enemy is living on autopilot, the 3-second pause. When you catch yourself acting automatically, pause for 3 seconds. In this tiny gap, your conscious brain wakes up. There, in that pause, your power is born. If you fall, a relapse is not a failure. It is a lesson. The Japanese way to get back up. Recognition without drama. I did this. It is a fact. No self-hatred. Analysis. What was I feeling right before the relapse? Usually, boredom, stress, or loneliness. Context. Breaking. If you always smoke on the balcony, stop going to the balcony. If you scroll in bed, charge your phone in another room. Break the scene, and you break the habit. Chapter 5. Kaizen. The path of 100 small steps. Strong people don't defeat habits. They outgrow them. This is Kaizen. The path of tiny, almost invisible improvements. 1%. Improvement. A small change doesn't trigger the brain's panic mode. It allows the nervous system to rewire gradually. Morning reset. Start your day with a tiny act of discipline. A glass of water, a minute of breathing. Action regardless of mood. Mujin. True discipline is when the hand lifts the sword, even if the heart doesn't want to. Don't wait for inspiration to be healthy. Do the small thing and the mood will follow. A habit only disappears when it has been replaced. One honest step at a time, you will find that you haven't just quit. You have become someone else entirely.